Bills owner Terry Pegula explained today the reason why he dismissed Sean McDermott after 9 seasons as head coach.
My decision to bring in a new coach was based on the results of our game in Denver. I know we can do better, and I know we will get better.
Pegula said that quarterback Josh Allen had no input on the decision. It was revealed by new team president Brandon Beane, who was promoted from GM, that Allen has a foot issue that may require surgery. However, he would be ready for OTAs if he undergoes the procedure. 49ers GM John Lynch said that wide receiver Brandon Ayuk has played his last snap as a 49er. Eagles interviewed Chiefs offensive coordinator Matt Nagy for the same position in Philadelphia today. Kevin Stefanski's now in Atlanta. He'll have his offensive coordinator from Cleveland. Tommy Reese is going to be the OC for the Falcons. Free agent outfielder Cody Bellinger re-signing with the Yankees on a 5-year deal. I'm Dan Beyer.
Hey.
What's going on? ¿Qué onda? ¿Qué pedo? ¿Qué tal, vatos locos?
What's up?
We're broadcasting live from the Fox Sports Radio studio. We are Covino and Rich.
Hey.
We are Fox Dorks.
We're ready to bring it today. Hey, if you want to watch us bring it, I got a sweet Covino and Rich hoodie on today. YouTube.com/@Covino and Rich. You can see what you hear. We got the whole crew in the house.
2 live crew, bro. 2 live crew.
Oh, Iowa Sam.
Because Sam's so horny.
Oh, damn.
Oh, Sam's horny. Oh, Sam's horny.
Well, he's wearing a Spam shirt that you gave him.
Yes, that's right. Shout out to Kerry Kuhneman. Shout out to you, Fox Sports Radio. Let's rock. Spotty. He's on the videos. Covino and Rich FSR. Danny G is here super producing. He's here every day. He's the guy with the buttery voice. What do you mean I got a buttery voice?
I don't sound like that.
877
Yeah, first of all, I don't sound anything like that.
You sound exactly like that. 877-99 on Fox to hear that buttery voice. Sam is our sound architect. Dan Beyer is our guru. He's got our updates. And like I said, thanks for being part of this. To see the show, to be part of the show, to chime in on the show. Covino and Rich FSR streaming live right now. And now that Indiana's won the title, be sure to check out the final leaderboard for the Fox Sports Radio College Football Playoff Bracket Challenge. 4 listeners in the bracket challenge had perfect brackets. And winning the host standings was Kerry Rhodes. Look at Kerry thinking he's better than us.
Yeah.
He had only 1 incorrect pick in the first round, but had Indiana beating Miami in the championship game. Congrats to Kerry and the 4 listeners with the perfect brackets, Kurt Hennig style.
Okay, Kerry, what do you think? You like playing the NFL or something?
Yeah, Kerry probably backs into his parking spots, too, thinking he's better than us. Visit foxsportsradio.com to check out the final leaderboard. And thank you guys again for being here. So it's Wednesday, right? Which means the fun begins with Mike's Wednesday Words of Wisdom, your chance to win some prizes. Plus, what do we do every Wednesday? We get our hump on, do the Humpty Dance, and
Midweek Major.
Midweek Major. We decide if the biggest stories in pop culture and sports are mid-week or major. Spot's getting ready for that. But the biggest story, Rich, it isn't Fernando. It isn't anything football related, not yet.
It has nothing to do with dissing your own fans because there's a story we're going to get to.
Oh, yeah. We're going to talk.
What about
football
ungrateful LeBron?
We're going to talk ungrateful LeBron. But the biggest story, at least to me and my friends.
Oh, you're the new feel-good story, Stiddy?
Stiddy is the story, or is it not? We'll figure it out.
Oh, Kyle Tucker's press conference?
Well, that was big, too. But you're getting close.
Oh, Bo Bichette saying how he's ready to play in front of the New York fans, and Citi Field's always been his favorite road
you're
stadium.
getting warmer and warmer. It's not Luis Robert Jr. either to the Mets, even though big story. The biggest story, at least right now, according to me and my New York friends.
Oh, Taylor Swift's text messages came out.
No,
not that either.
That's a big story, though.
Sorry, yeah. I'm sorry. Beckham's kid doesn't want to talk to him.
No, but man, drama in the Beckham household.
Mike McDaniel finalizing his OC deal with the Chargers.
Oh, yeah.
And 2 49er coaches together now for the Chargers.
No.
But from different regimes.
Nope.
None of this.
Nope.
Huh?
Wrong one.
Oh, you're going to tell me about Bellinger?
Dude, this is it. This is the final piece. It dropped. It's on, as Korn said in the early 2000s. It's on. It's on. Like John Papelbon.
I'm going to put you on a 4-minute timer for this.
It's on like John Papelbon eating flan with Bishop Don Magic Juan with Michelle Kwan watching The Wrath of Khan starring Ricardo Montalban. That's how on it is.
I'm so glad you didn't say Donkey Kong because it never rhymed. When people say it's on like Donkey Kong, I'm like on and Kong don't rhyme.
That's why I did my own version. It was a little long, but I did my own. Cody Bellinger, you heard DB, 5 years. Remember, he wanted 7 years, so the Yankees won there. 5 years, 162, reasonable. That's $33 million a year for a 5-tool guy that's already proven he could play in New York. He batted .272, 29 dongs.
Would you say it's so on that he's going to continue to play with Carlos Rodon?
Yes. 29 home runs, 98 RBI, just fell short of 30 and 100, had 160 hits. But again, 5-tool, Gold Glover anywhere you put him. And he really is a difference maker with Judge in the lineup, protecting him, and just, a smart base runner, a great fielder, just an all-around great ball player. And if he didn't end up on the Yankees, dude, they're not competing. Simple as that. That's why it was such a big deal. Mets are competing. Yankees, if they didn't get him, not competing.
Yeah.
Red Sox competing, Phillies competing, even maybe the Orioles competing, Blue Jays competing. The Dodgers are the team to beat.
Because
no one's beating them unless they make moves like this.
The Pods.
Yeah. But the Yankees were out without this dude. Trust me on that. Trust me. Because Judge and Grisham, Judge can't do it by himself. You need a guy like Bellinger on the team, and I can't wait because you needed that. You needed that.
Well,
got Garrett Cole coming back, but that was a pretty big deal. Last minute, he had the world and the baseball fans on the edge of their seat, waiting to see where he went. Because if he did end up on your Mets, Rich, or maybe the Phillies or something like that, big time difference maker.
Yeah. No, I agree 100%. In fact, I love these baseball moves, and you could say, well, of course you guys do. You root for teams that make moves. And I do think that we are going to look at some changes in baseball. I don't know how it's going to happen, but you see so many people say, well, you'll see, in a year or so, we're going to be talking about salary caps, salary floors, restructuring of
Bryce
baseball.
Harper not hearing that. Remember he spoke out against that?
Well, didn't he tell the
he's
commissioner?
like, shut your mouth.
Didn't he tell the commissioner of baseball to get the F out of his face and the locker room?
He said, stop being big sports babies.
Yeah, he had something to say. He was not feeling that. A lot of rumbling
I'm
about
going to remember
that.
it my own way. Didn't he clothesline Rob Manfred?
I think he did. I think he said, speak to the hand.
Yeah, he might have said that too.
I think he said something like that, and then he slapped him.
He said, Manfred, what do the 5 fingers say to the face?
Something like that.
That's what happened.
Yeah. All right, so again, Bellinger to the Yankees. He stays in the Yankee organization, playing all parts of the outfield and first base. And I like the family lineage. Yankee fans embraced him because his dad played for the Yankees.
You say that, but I feel like...
What do you mean? That's absolutely fact.
No, but I'm saying he's got a nice right field porch. He fit in with that team.
Yeah, they loved him.
He's not affected by the pressure of playing in a big city. He played for the Dodgers. He played for the Yanks now. I wonder how much it does matter to him that dad played there too.
It means a lot. It's his dad. Why wouldn't it matter? That was a part of the story. It's like, oh, that's nice. His dad played there. Just like Ryan Weathers, his dad, David Weathers, was a champion with the Yanks. People love stuff like that. It's familiarity. It's like, hey, we rooted for his dad. That's awesome. And you don't think as a kid he knew his dad was a World Series champion with the Yankees? Clay Bellinger was part of the winning team.
Well, I didn't see Bo Bichette anxious to play for the Rockies.
I mean, the Rockies are not the
Dante?
Yankees. Yeah.
I mean, I get
they're not the Yankees, but and in other news, Rich, it is a big move that your Mets got Luis Robert Jr. as a pretty solid move from the White Sox. But once that happened, it felt to me that writing was on the wall, and it said, for a good time, call Rich Davis. And it said the Yankees are going to get Bellinger, and it was announced shortly after. So Luis Robert Jr. from the White Sox to the Mets playing center field, that's another big pickup. And as Danny G mentioned today, the other story in the world of baseball is Kyle Tucker and his press conference, and Dodgers fans are hyped, as they should be.
I saw the meme. Well, it would be more of a little gif, I guess. After the Mets did sign Luis Robert Jr.,
it's GIF, but continue.
Is it GIF or GIF?
Bro, it's 2026. It's GIF. Choosy moms choose GIF, not GIF.
Why don't you
It is GIF? We were told, though, it was GIF. But then the guy who created the GIF said it's GIF. So it's back and forth, back and forth. Snip, snap, snip.
It's like when you put a USB in, it's like it's right, it's always wrong, and then it's right again.
No, but every time you try, it's always wrong.
Yeah, it's without fail.
Always.
Why don't you arrogantly shake your iced coffee again and say, it's against GIF?
Says the guy that can't help himself but point out anytime I stumble a word.
Yeah, do it again. Do it again.
He can't help
Please,
himself.
recreate it.
It's GIF, but continue.
Okay, it's GIF. All right.
He also says Tyrod, by the way.
Yeah.
It's Tyrod, okay?
Tyrod. It's
No, it is Tyrod.
No, but we still say Tyrod.
I know, but he
just
says
like how it's still Staples
Tyrod.
Center.
It's Bijan Robinson. All right.
I say GIF too. I just wanted to point it
I know.
out.
We've been programmed to say GIF.
But it's the
You know why? Because it's the Covino and Rich show. And then it looks like we're both idiots if someone doesn't correct it.
That is true.
Right?
People assume we're idiots. The GIF I saw was Coach Signetti, and it's the minute the Mets signed Luis Robert Jr., Yankee fans, and it's, when Signetti's got that peeking look where he's like, huh?
Yeah, because in other words, guys, if the Mets sign Luis Robert Jr.,
There was a sentiment that maybe that means they're out of Bellinger.
exactly, it's unlikely that they're also going to pick up Bellinger. So, yeah, it happened. We're excited. And it just makes baseball, which is being highly criticized right now, like you said, baseball needs a salary cap. And maybe it does. I'm just not one of those guys crying about it. It makes it more competitive. It evens things out a little bit.
Well, I'll be the first to say.
Because nobody's competing with the Dodgers if you don't make these solid moves.
I'll be the first to say, much like anything in life, you don't cry about it until it affects you. Like, I'm a Mets fan, so I'm like, my owner spends money. Why you guys crying?
Yeah.
Danny's not crying. He's a Dodgers fan. You're not crying. You're a Yankees fan. Now, if you talk to like our buddy Mauser in Cincinnati, who this morning, he's like, yeah, be a Reds fan. We made the playoffs. We had some momentum. They won 80-something games. And then, do you think they're going to make it back? No, because a team like that can't and doesn't make moves because of money. If you're rooting for the Marlins or you're rooting for, a team that doesn't have the funds. If you're a Tampa Bay Rays fan and you're like, they always find a way to put together a young, exciting team, but then they are busted apart. What is the answer, Danny G? What do you think? Do you think in a year or so when
I think we're 30 years too late to establish a salary cap in baseball.
But I would hate to see a holdout or a strike really affect baseball because it took a long time from 94 for people to come back to loving baseball, and baseball's popping right now. So
it's in a good place. And this morning, I told you guys about how I heard Colin do a great segment on this salary floor / salary cap. And we'll get to that in a moment here. I'm calling it up. He did a whole big segment on it. I condensed it down to his main thoughts in 2 minutes.
Does Colin get really angry if someone wears their salary cap backwards? That's
a good question.
Yeah. I'm going to ask him about that.
Yeah.
Stars.
He makes a great point about the smaller market team, so I want you guys to hear that.
I can't wait.
Dan Byer, don't laugh at his dumb joke. Don't.
He's on fire. He is. It's like Covino's in the zone. I don't even want to talk to him. Like it's like a no-hitter.
Yeah.
You know why? Because Bellinger's a Yankee, dude. Honestly, I was nervous about this because I'm like, it's a bunk season if he's not on the team. Like they're not going anywhere without this dude. They're not competing without this dude. So in order for me to be excited about baseball coming up, the Yankees needed Bellinger. They got him.
I will say it is cool to be around one of your buds. Even if it doesn't benefit you, it is cool to be around one of your friends when their team acquires a big player or loses a big player because you get to watch their reaction. And I was with Covino this morning when the Bellinger announcement was made, and it is even though I'm not a Yankees guy, to see your excitement, I was like, it's good for baseball.
More of a relief, like, whoo, yeah, all right, cool, all right, good. We could breathe now and get ready. And even before that, guys, something else to be more excited about is the World Baseball Classic. Every few days you hear someone new is playing or not playing, and I think it's going to be really competitive and exciting this year, and that starts in March. So we're going to get some actual competitive baseball early March with the WBC. Now, the question is based on the Dodgers and who can actually compete in these final moves being made. There's a lot of rumblings about a salary cap. Like, baseball's got to do something,
a salary
man.
cap and a floor where you can't, it sounds obvious, but for people that might not understand, salary cap meaning like there's a limit to spend, but then when they say salary floor, some of these cheap billionaire owners that don't want to spend any money, they have to spend a certain amount. So maybe you're essentially making a pocket of money. Like minimum spend this, maximum spend this. Because right now, there could be a team with a $500 million salary, payroll, and there could be a team with a $50 million payroll, and that's not right.
So Colin talked about it this morning. Danny G said, we got to hear this, but let's all listen collectively, and let's all chop it up and chime in. So if you want to call, if you have something to say, 877-99 on Fox. Earlier today, Colin Cowherd on Fox Sports Radio.
I saw this quote. Major League Baseball owners are enraged by Kyle Tucker to the Dodgers deal. They will push for a salary cap no matter what. It took a Kyle Tucker move to outrage you? Cub fans complained about him all year. They wanted him out of town. Did you forget about the Angels spending $380 million 15 years ago, or close to it, on Albert Pujols and Josh Hamilton, which, if you look at what that's worth today with inflation, it's $540 million. That didn't bother anybody. Why? Because the Angels are poorly run, and it didn't change outcomes. The Yankees in 2010, the 4 highest paid players. Check, 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 check. 4 Yankees, 4 for 4. They spent a ton every year and a half for 30 years. In the last 10 to 15, it doesn't change outcomes. That doesn't bother you. The Dodgers aren't just rich. That's not it. Let's keep it 100. They're rich and exceptionally well run. That's what bothers you. Juan Soto, Yankees, Mets didn't bother you because he went to the Mets. They'll gag. They're the Mets. Studies have shown you can be rich and unattractive or handsome and poor, and men aren't necessarily jealous of you. But if you're rich and good looking, studies show men hate you. And that's the Dodgers.
Oh, that's
Teoscar Hernandez, he's been available twice to the sport, and your billionaire owner didn't get him at a very reasonable number. St. Louis could afford him. The Pirates billionaire could afford him. The Mariners could afford him. Detroit could afford him. Cleveland could afford him. Baseball's in an incredible spot. Well, what about the Pirates? What about them? They couldn't compete when Steinbrenner ran the Yankees. They haven't been good since the 70s and Willie Stargell. They haven't been great consistently forever. It's not a Dodgers issue. Well, what about the Cardinals can't afford? St. Louis has been dying as a city for 20 years. They've lost 15 Fortune 500 companies in 40 years. They lost an NFL team. St. Louis is dried up as a city. It's Hartford with an arch. Don't blame the Dodgers for that or the Yankees for that or Steve Cohen for that.
You know what? So many great points, but what stood out to me the most...
What, did he said the Mets are going to gag? I take offense to that. And
No. The truest thing he said is about how good look. Did he say something about us being really good looking in that clip or no?
I don't know if he said that.
Oh, the part where...
You got to get rich, though, to be the Dodgers.
You're still a couple bucks. You're a couple bucks shy. Next
I'm
contract.
going to be so hateable in my next contract. No, I'm just kidding. No, I'm not. Yes, I am. The coolest point is the Pirates. The thing he said about the Pirates, fill in the blank with any other team. Because the Pirates stink, does that have anything to do with the Dodgers? Absolutely not. The Dodgers are well run. And not only that, the one thing he didn't point out, too, is they're really likable on top of it. We always point that out.
God,
they're kind of hard to hate.
You know that I love analogies, and you got to give it to a legend when they nail it. His analogy of if you're poor and good looking, or if you're rich and ugly, no one cares. But when you're both, people hate you, and that's the Dodgers right now. Because you're right, no one cares when Juan Soto went to the Mets because everyone assumed the Mets will choke. The Angels, everyone from, the deal they gave Ohtani originally to Mike Trout to Pujols. You're right. No one cared because the Angels stink no matter what. It's such a great point.
Dodgers are well run, so hate on the organization, but it's hard to hate on the team and the chemistry and the players. They're so good. They're fun to watch. They're putting a good product out there, and you could either kick and scream about that, or you yourself need to put out a better product.
Did you also?
And these other teams are not.
Did you also make note that Colin used the phrase "keep it 100"?
I did.
I
respected it.
I respect that. All right, your thoughts.
That was great, and your thoughts
Colin.
on that. Thank you, Colin Cowherd. And I completely agree with them as far as it's about worrying about what other people are doing.
They'll do something, right? There will be an adjustment, just because I think the perception for the fan will eventually be like, well, why should I care about my team if it's going to be the Dodgers, this team or that team every year? I think with college football, what happened with NIL money and the playoff, it took you away from the idea that what is it going to be? Georgia, LSU, Alabama. There was a couple teams. Now the field is wide open. A team 2 years ago that had 12 people in the stands won a national championship and have a number one pick, and everyone's singing ABBA. Things could change quick, and I think there will be a time where baseball is forced. I just hope it's not a holdout and a strike and all this. I just hope there's some type of reasonable, quick conclusion where it's like, all right, here's a salary floor, a salary cap. That's generous, but I think there needs to be something done. But Colin's point is fantastic.
It really is. These teams need to focus and worry about how do we become better? How do we run this shit better, this franchise better?
Maybe it's
Stop worrying about the Dodgers.
Maybe it's a different percentage rev share or something. There's got to be a way to make it make more sense. If some bigger market teams have wealthier TV deals, maybe there is a little more, I'm a capitalist mindset, but I'm not trying to sound like a sports socialist, but maybe you need to spread the wealth out a little bit if you're trying to have, 30 teams in 30 cities.
And there is already in place an extra $60 million that is split up and goes to the smaller markets, but maybe that number needs to be a little bigger. But in the end, I think every team just needs to run their organization better. And worry about treating your players that you have right now the best you could treat them. That way you have the best intentions, or they have intentions of re-signing with you, hopefully. And I know in the end money is going to talk and is king, but hopefully, you can get some of your homegrown players to stay.
Don't shoot yourself. People say in the foot, I say in the ball. Don't shoot yourself in the balls. Don't shoot yourself in the leg like your plexical burst. Don't shoot yourself in
the foot like Anthony Kiedis in Point Break.
Because right now, baseball is popping. We said it all last year. Ratings are up. Attendance is up. Kids' participation, Little League, Pony Ball participation is up. Everything is up. Baseball's having a really good moment. World Baseball Classic, like Covino says, is a nice little preview to the season.
Oh, it's going to be so fun.
The worst thing they could do, what's a mistake we're possibly watching happen right now? The WNBA, right? WNBA got some momentum. And you're like, oh, are they gonna if they stop playing, I don't know if anyone will ever watch again.
Right.
Baseball has history to show what happened in '94. How many people did it take years and years to be like, all right, I'm back? Because a lot of people said F you to baseball when they did a strike in '94.
The only one that benefited from '94 was Paul O'Neill because he was the batting champion. That was it.
The Expos had like the best. I feel bad for the Expos.
Expos and Yankees. It would have been an Expos-Yankees World Series.
For all you know, dude, there'd still be a team in Montreal if there was no strike because the Expos could have done something special.
It hurt the league, and a lot of people didn't come back after that. Yeah. So your thoughts on the salary cap, or like Rich said, the salary floor. Danny Jeter explained that they are spreading out some of the wealth. So are the other teams, the other franchises just being sports babies, calling out the Dodgers? How do you see it? What do you think? And the updates again. Kyle Tucker had his press conference today. Dodgers fans are pumped. Luis Robert Jr. from the White Sox to the Mets, solidifying their outfield. He's playing center field most likely. And Bellinger, 5-year, $162, $32 million a year, stays with the Yankees.
I'm reading the feedback now, and Matt has up. Matt199 on the YouTube chat. He goes, hey, maybe you shouldn't be a billionaire owner if you're not 1,000% committed to winning.
If you're not willing to spend that money.
You can't look at the team as just one of your side investments as a rich guy or a rich woman or a group or something.
Even our dude, who I disagree with a lot, Ben Verlander, often says that. It's just bad owners. Danny G, you say that all the time. It's just bad owners. It really is.
Last week, I talked about how McCourt owned the Dodgers and they were a laughingstock at the time.
Bad owners who look at this as it's their investment. They're making their money. They don't care about winning, so they don't want to put it into their team.
He was trying to use it as a cash register.
Yeah, that's Danny. It's so funny because when you pointed that out, I looked up the clip you spoke of. At the ESPYs, there was monologue jokes with Matt Kemp about how the Dodgers are stealing ketchup packets, because they had no money for the stadium. So in our lifetime, like not that long ago, like who'd Matt Kemp date? Like Rihanna or something?
Yeah.
Like that was not long ago. The Dodgers are considered cheap. So listen, billionaires can make it work if they want to. But you know what? Your thoughts on everything we just said as far as baseball goes. We'll take your feedback, but we will dive a lot into football. I mean, the NFC and AFC championship game are days away Fernando Mania is running wild. Raiders fans are pumped for next year already. So we'll talk a lot of NFL, a lot of football, but your thoughts on baseball? I'm so intrigued by this, and as a Mets fan and just a fan of baseball, are you a believer in new scenario, new dwellings, better team around you? Could that turn a guy's career around? Like Luis Robert Jr. Remember this guy had all the promise in the world, all-star. He was a legit young star. The last 2 years took a big step backwards. But, Covino, who is in the lineup with him in Chicago as a White Sox?
No, they were terrible.
When you're losing 100-plus games a year and you're god-awful, do you think if you're in a lineup with Juan Soto, Lindor, Bo Bichette, and all that, do you think a guy like Luis Robert Jr. could be like, yo, I'm back at it?
No.
Absolutely
New
no.
setting, new scenery. It could change anybody, not just the baseball player.
Luis Robert goes from the only guy to pitch around in the Chicago White Sox lineup to, like, batting 7th or 8th. Could be a big difference. So your thoughts on baseball, a lot more football coming up. A lot of fun today, Wednesday, with CNR on FSR.
Are you facing Rich Davis headaches? I mean, are you facing hiring headaches? Staffing your business is complex. High turnover, skills gaps, and ever-changing regulations can slow growth and drain resources. That's where Express Employment Professionals comes in. With decades of staffing expertise, Express connects you to a larger pool of qualified candidates, helping you reduce turnover and build the right-size workforce. Get started at expresspros.com.
You expect me to read the rest now?
Yeah.
Because you did that whole, okay. Need to flex?
I did it in one breath, by the way.
Need to flex your staff for peak seasons on special projects? Well, Express Employment Pros offers staffing contracts so you could scale up or down with ease, preventing burnout and boosting productivity. If you're worried about compliance, Express got you handled because they stay on top of ever-changing employment laws. Express is recognized for excellence. They've earned clearly rated Best of Staffing Client and Talent Awards, plus the Diamond Award for Client Satisfaction.
Don't let hiring challenges hold your business back. Visit expresspros.com, find your local office, and discover how Express Employment Pros can help you hire smarter and faster.
If hiring is taking you away from growing your business, get the support you need at Express. Don't waste your time weeding through spam online and weak applicants.
Spam, Sam.
Hire faster with Express. Express Employment Pros, building your workforce, supporting your success. Yesterday, I go through the low of, oh man, I'm a Niners fan, as you know as well. Fred Warner's not going to play. Well, at least the Mets look like they're getting Kyle Tucker too. Oh no! And then I hear Sam Darnold's questionable. Ooh yeah. And then I hear this morning, I'm having a little sip of my coffee, and I feel like I happen to be there the second this message comes out on social media. I'm like, Jeff Passan. And then the boss hit us up, and he goes, Rich is going to be happy about this. Bo Bichette, who now looking at this, and I'm not just saying this, as a Mets fan, I'd rather Bo Bichette than Kyle Tucker. I like him. I think he's a big game guy, runners in scoring position. I feel like he's ready for that spotlight. I love this signing.
Ready for the spotlight? Just played in the World Series, brah.
No, but I'm saying he'll play in New York every day.
He just played in the World Series. He had pretty good spotlight, and he delivered. He's a great player.
He's a better fit for the big lights of New York City.
I agree. Thank you. I said it. You didn't agree, and Danny said you agree.
I agree. He's a great fit, but I think he's already been in the spotlight. He's a big-time player.
I think Bo Bichette, and I'm happily cool saying this. What a great desperation move by Steve Cohen. Steve Cohen was pretty much told,
That's a pivot.
I bet you
it's
behind.
It's a great pivot.
I mean, pivot's the polite way to say it. It's a desperation, awesome move by a big rich guy. He was probably thinking, I got Kyle Tucker, and he's strutting around Queens, New York. And then they're like, no. Dodgers offered him $60 million. He's going there. Steve Cohen in that moment, his billionaire, he put it on the table. And he's like, who's that? Bo Bichette, get him. And last night they're saying the Philadelphia Phillies, the Mets division rival and just rival all around, had I believe, 7 years, $200 million.
Pretty much done deal. They met the demands of his agent.
And Bo Bichette, who is all set to be playing beside Bryce Harper and everyone there in Philadelphia, makes a last-second change, and he is now a New York Met.
Good for him, man. I actually like that move. I like that move a lot, even though you didn't need another infielder. I think Bo Bichette's going to add a lot.
I think it works. I mean, look at the Mets infield now. It's wild that we're talking baseball.
I think that means the Yankees get Cody Bellinger, if not major fail.
What if the Mets swoop in and get Bellinger?
It's not impossible, and I'll tell you why. Luke Weaver was in the news today, and he said one of the reasons he went to the Mets is because he had so many great relationships there from the Yankees. Yeah. Those are his friends. He says he's great friends with Juan Soto, half the bullpen, as you know, are former Yankees.
Mendoza was your bench coach.
Yeah, he wasn't given an official offer, so when he had the opportunity to go to the Mets, he's like, hell yeah, we got a chance to win. I know so many people there. He spoke very highly of Cody Bellinger. It's not impossible that Cody Bellinger goes to the Mets, and then the Yankees really dropped the ball. Kyle Tucker, don't blame him, $60 million a year to play for a team that wins. I mean, how could you blame him for doing that? You can't. Bo Bichette going to the Mets, I think it's a great move. Now, Yankees, let's see what happens. Because here's what's happening, I think, to every baseball fan right now. And I know we have a big divisional playoff weekend ahead of us. I think every time you see a breaking news story, you're just trying to see if it's your team that made that move. And I'm not seeing Yankees anything.
No, it's all football right now, but baseball stealing the last 12 or so hours of our life between
all the text messages coming in to my phone the past 2 days are about baseball.
Don't worry, 50 to 100 million people are going to watch every divisional game this weekend.
I know.
But
I know.
I'm fine taking a football timeout for a second with Kyle Tucker
it's huge
and Bo Bichette, too big.
It's huge news because the Dodgers, as gross as it sounds, got even better. Shohei leading off, Mookie Betts, Freddie Freeman, Kyle Tucker, right field batting fourth, Will Smith catching batting fifth, Max Muncy, Hernandez, Pages, Edman. Your pitching is insane. It is. Honestly, it's the greatest lineup that ever was.
And people are crying, saying there should be a lockout. You know, if that's the case and we're headed in that direction, the Dodgers should just throw caution against the wind and load up with some more stars.
There's got to be something done, but I'm not blaming the Dodgers for legally playing within all the loopholes and deferred money and all the stuff they're doing.
Here comes Scooble.
I mean, if Scooble goes to the Dodgers, that's where I will then be like, okay.
You'll take the scissors to the Dodger gear that you got your kids for Christmas?
I will put in a shredder.
CNR on FSR, Covino and Rich, the world-famous CNR, live from the Fox Sports Radio studio.
Look at the feedback. Will said, just chiming in, what I missed. Well, a hell of a lot. We talked about how Covino couldn't stand up this morning after he heard about Cody Bellinger. we talked about baseball and the scenario it's in where it's peaking, but there's a lot of small market fans that are like, something needs to be done. So, yeah, it's an interesting conversation. We're going to get to a lot of NFL, too, so don't you sweat it.
Your next success can begin sooner than you think. Apply now and save with no application fee through February 11th at University of Maryland Global Campus. This new year, put your goals within reach at an accredited state university. Learn more at umgc.edu. It's umgc.edu.
And have you ever wiped with a piece of dry toilet paper?
Yeah.
Oh, boy. And wondered, is this as good as it gets?
Yeah,
it's
bad.
not. Switch to life-changing wet, extra-large, flushable dude wipes. Better, wetter, cleans better. Available at Amazon, all major retailers. Dude Wipes, best clean, pants down.
Pants down.
Let's go to your feedback. I'm looking at all the feedback here. Just any final thoughts on...
By the way, people always get confused. They're like, how are people chiming in live? What feedback? We say it all the time. Covino and Rich FSR on YouTube, there's a live chat. Covino and Rich FSR on YouTube. You can watch it. You can participate.
People are... Age, sex, location. I was just looking at the feedback, and someone was chiming in about all types of things. Said yesterday we talked about Girl Scout cookies. We did. And you know what? I've yet to know someone that's tried that new Explore More.
Ooh, I get mine soon.
Tastes like Rocky Road in a cookie.
Can't wait.
Can't wait to get fat. All right. So baseball. Can we put a little, what would you call it? What do they say in corporate America?
Baseball.
Let's circle back. We'll circle back.
Put a pin in it?
We'll put a pin in it and circle back. Let's talk NFL for a second. This weekend. What did Chris Rock say? Lie to me, Jerry. I want you to sell me. Even if you're lying to me a little bit. Sell me on a storyline that makes you feel happy about the National Football League. Because I feel like in one day, last Saturday, my team got eliminated and Josh Allen and that fun story of Buffalo got eliminated. And in the same breath, Bo Nix out for the season. So you tell me, what is the storyline of the four teams that is at all even sentimental or could get the emotions going or make you feel something? Because I look at these four teams and I feel nothing. You know when you're in a dead relationship, you're dating someone for a while and you're like, I feel nothing for you. After a glorious season of football, I look at the four remaining teams and I look at them like I looked at an ex-girlfriend. We were on vacation once. We booked it before we were like on the rocks. And I remember looking at all the other couples.
Love on the rocks.
Ain't no surprise.
Ain't no surprise.
Big Neil Diamond fan?
Not really.
I remember looking at the other couples on vacation being like, oh, they love each other. And I hate you. I don't hate these four teams.
I don't dislike any of the teams or Neil Diamond per se. But what Rich is saying is, what's the storyline to root for? What's the one that stands out to you, or maybe one that people aren't talking enough about?
Like what montage is a Fox or CBS or NBC producer putting together for this? Like,
now, if I'm not mistaken, how about this? I haven't heard anyone say this, but I was looking at Matt Stafford's chompers over the weekend. I'm like, look at those chompers. And I'm also thinking to myself, yo, man, they've got a good shot to do this again. He's 37 years old, and I think he has one more year on the contract, Danny G, if I'm not mistaken. If they win, can't he just say, hey, arrivederci, baby, and go out on top? That's a cool story to root for.
I mean,
everybody loves to see someone go out on top. No one's talking about that.
Locally, a lot of my kids and their friends, like the Staffords, live in the area. Good family. Matthew Stafford's cool. Puka Nacua has been on our show a couple times.
He's awesome.
He's a good dude. But that's like my personal, like, well, the Rams seem like good. But I'm a Niners fan. That's the rival. But then again, so are Dan Beyer Seahawks. But DB, you can make the argument that
the Cooper Kupp going against his team is a cool story.
But you can make the argument that Dan Beyer, rookie coach, Sam Darnold getting his flowers after people threw him out multiple times in the trash.
Yeah, sure. Second-year head coach for McDonald's.
I'm sorry, second-year head coach. First playoff appearance for
Yes, absolutely. No, I get it. I understand as a Seahawks fan. I even understand because, well, the Seahawks haven't won a Super Bowl for 12 years. It doesn't feel like it was 12 years.
I know. In my mind, I'm like, dude, they just won with Russell Wilson and Pete Carroll, and they dominated the West for a couple years, and them and the Niners, and they lost on that miserable Marshawn Lynch should have ran the ball. Like, then I'm like, ooh, is there a storyline where it's like redemptions against New England?
I thought once the Bills were eliminated from the AFC that any storyline that we could have was just not going to rise to the level of that.
And I'm self-aware enough to know that even though the Niners haven't won in 30 years, the casual fan doesn't feel bad. Doesn't feel bad because even though they haven't won since 94, 95, that season, everyone in their mind is still like, well, they had all that Jerry Rice, Joe Montana, Steve Young, Ronnie Lott, F the Niners. I get that. So I'm self-aware. I think the Josh Allen Bills storyline, you're so right. When that story died, now it's sort of like, well, what are we rooting for?
Yeah, and when the Bears honestly were eliminated, I felt that that's the one that kind of killed the NFC storyline. There's a lot that I'm sure that I could point to with the Seahawks that just wouldn't rise to the level, or stuff that maybe Seahawks fans would think is neat or interesting, but it truly isn't there for at least these 4 teams. And you could kind of see it, like, even if Jacksonville was maybe there, you're like, wow, Liam Cohen, and like we could manufacture something.
And you can manufacture something. Or like I said, 85 Super Bowl shuffle. 40 years later, the Bears are, they lost against the Colts in the 2000s, but you could say Bears, great storyline. Bills, 4 Super Bowl losses in a row. There's so many angles to go, but I think the 4 teams in it, Rams won recently, the Seahawks feel like they won recently. If Drake May and Mike Vrabel were on a team that didn't win 6 Super Bowls over the last decade or so, then you'd be like, oh, okay, Drake May and his wife's adorable and Vrabel's such a cool coach. But they represent a team that you hated for 2 decades.
But this is such a different Patriots team now that as a Raiders fan, I don't mind this Patriots team. They don't bother me. I couldn't stand the Patriots before, obviously. But even I've been noticing Cam Newton still screaming about how the Patriots are having the biggest Mickey Mouse playoff run ever and that Drake May's not for real. We've been hearing this for a large portion of the season that, the Patriots are maybe a soft team. And Drake May is for real. That defense has showed up in the playoffs. I think what's interesting and intriguing about the Patriots, Rich, is they prove you could turn any NFL team around in a season or 2.
That's true. And
Gives you hope.
And then DB, let's go to DB for an update. But Dan, Sean Payton, not the most likable coach. And it's like a backup quarterback. You root for Stiddy? Is that the story? I don't know.
Sure. Cove, did you have something?
I was just saying, how about rooting for the matchup we've never seen before? Broncos-Rams. That's the only possible matchup here that we haven't seen, right?
Yep.
So there's something. Rich is saying, what's the storyline we're missing or to really get us excited? If you're not excited enough, we'll get to your feedback after Dan Byer.
Yeah, quickly, and just off of what you guys were talking about, what I find interesting when you guys have this conversations, you are looking at the team. You're looking at the 53 players. You're looking at the coaches. I think a lot of fans look at the fan bases.
That's why I think New England doesn't deserve
Correct.
it.
And that's
I like Drake May.
agree.
I like Mike Vrabel. But guess what? I have a lot of Patriots Boston friends that I'm like,
yes.
No, not yet.
I think that weighs in, which also makes Buffalo a great team to root for, because who doesn't love Bills Mafia unless you're in the AFC East? Well, Bills owner Terry Pegula had quite the press conference today, sitting next to new team president Brandon Beane, who was promoted on the same day that Sean McDermott was fired. The Bills owner explained why he made the decision to let go of McDermott after 9 years.
I did not fire a coach based on a bad officiating decision. I felt like we hit the proverbial playoff wall year after year.
Now, John Lynch of the San Francisco 49ers had some interesting words, but maybe not surprising words about wide receiver Brandon Ayuk.
I think it's safe to say that he's played his last snap with the Niners. It's unfortunate. We'll look long and hard at what could have been done differently, but sometimes it just doesn't work out.
Seahawks activated running back George Holani from injured reserve, opening up the practice window for him. He has a chance to play in Sunday's NFC Championship against the Rams. Eagles interviewed Chiefs offensive coordinator Matt Nagy for the same position in Philadelphia. Falcons hired Tommy Rees to be the OC under Kevin Stefanski. They worked together in Cleveland. Free agent outfielder Cody Bellinger re-signing with the Yankees. 5-year deal, $162 million. Pistons and Pelicans play tonight. Both Cade Cunningham and Zion Williamson listed as questionable. Guys, back to you.
Hey, DB, is there a statute of limitations on a player or a coach talking about bad officiating? Interesting. Like, could the Bills management and coaches now be like, yeah, that was a BS call, or could you, is that still criticizing?
I have a feeling that he may hear from the league office.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. I thought about that.
Hey, Rich, I got something to root for before we take a break.
Yeah.
New England versus Seattle. And it comes down to one play. And they give Marshawn Lynch the ball and totally redeem themselves. Why not?
I like where your mind is at.
Yeah,
yes.
redemption, man.
Redemption, yeah.
So, what are some storylines that you're excited for? Because Rich is sort of poo-pooing the outcome here, the potential outcomes. Look, Super Bowl is going to be fun regardless. We're going to be there covering it, but the stories that stick out to you, we'll get to your feedback next.
Right. Hey, DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NFL, making all these playoff moments feel even bigger. I did not do well last week. I was all about the underdogs. Didn't work out. This week, do you take Denver and the points? Do you say, oh, the Seahawks at home could win by a field goal? That's up to you. DraftKings has your back with early exit protection. Here's something cool. If your player in an eligible prop bet goes down at any point in the first half, you still get paid in cash.
Here's what you got to do. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app. Use code CRSHOW. That's code CRSHOW to turn 5 buckaroos into $300 in bonus bets if your bet wins. In partnership with DraftKings, the crown is yours.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY. Connecticut, call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. On behalf of Boot Hill Casino in Kansas, wager tax pass-through may apply in Illinois. 21 plus in most states, void in Ontario. Restrictions apply. Bet must win to receive bonus bets which expire in 7 days. Minimum odds required. For additional terms and responsible gaming resources, see dkng.co/audio. Limited time offer.
Some people call us Covino and Rich the broke Zach and Slater, and I take offense to that. And there's a new lookalike in town.
A doppelganger, or as the kids are saying, choppelganger?
You know what? As much as we make fun of the weenials or Gen Z, they have great slang. Choppelganger. If you're chopped, that means you're ugly. So if you're someone's choppelganger, you're the ugly version of blank, right? Yeah. So you got to give them props for bussin', lit, fire, buns, Riz. It's giving blank, and now chopped and choppelganger. You don't want to be someone's choppelganger. That means you're the ugly version. But there's a lookalike. It's Brock Purdy, Rich. And I'm wondering, since you love Brock Purdy so much, would you want to get with the female lookalike of Brock Purdy? She's a little young for you.
I always think of that Saved by the Bell episode where Zach is kicking it to Slater's sister. But then every time he looks at her, it's Slater's face with the wig on. So, no can do. But Brock Purdy, he has a schoolboy face. And get this, a NIL deal was given to a tennis star. She's making almost $1 million. And they're saying it's because she just looks like Brock Purdy.
Brock Purdy lookalike female version is in the news. And it makes us think of other doppelgangers, choppelgangers. But
would you?
It also makes me think of
Brock Purdy with a wig. Would you?
Richard Maker put a Brock Purdy jersey on.
Rich,
probably.
if it meant the Niners winning the Super Bowl this year,
Stop it, dude! No, I'm not answering your dumb question. But choppelganger is a great word. And in the world of sports, would you believe that my wife had never ever seen the comparison between Troy Aikman and Jay-Z? I made this analogy to her the other day. We were just talking about people looking alike, and there was some guy that looked like you, and I was like, yeah, sort of how like Jay-Z's the black Troy Aikman, and Troy Aikman's the black Jay-Z, the white Jay-Z. Never saw it in her life.
Different algorithms.
Have we not all seen this as sports fans over the years?
I mean, as sports fans, this is common knowledge. Yeah, absolutely. This is a classic right here. But you skipped over the other college example. If you remember, the Brock Purdy story isn't a news story. There was a college girl that got famous online because she looked a lot like Trevor Lawrence, or she leaned into that a lot.
I think Trevor Lawrence looks like a lot of girls you hooked up with drunk in college.
But this girl got no NIL money out of it, but she got pretty famous for that. And as Trevor Lawrence's star grew, she got popular as well. Nowadays, playoff Trevor Lawrence, and by the way, I thought he had a great season. You did a good job, young man. Hold your head up, Trevor Lawrence. I think he looks more like the love child of Edie Falco and Furio.
Oh, some Sopranos.
Nowadays, they're not saying he looks like the college girl anymore. Online, if you follow, they say he looks like Edie Falco got with Furio. Remember that love interest? And you got Trevor Lawrence. You can't unsee it now.
He really does.
Right? He really does.
He really does.
Mom? Dad?
Yeah. Oh, see?
He played it up for Halloween.
He even leaned into it. Props to Macaulay Culkin there. Joe Burrow's probably like, yeah, right, in his dreams. Look at me, I'm a stud. NFL quarterback face. And because it was such a big week for Tomlin, he stepped down. What's next for him? coaching, probably not. TV, most likely. We'll see. Everybody for years, especially when he was younger. Dude, that's Omar Epps.
Yeah.
He always got that for years, and I think that one's undeniable. Come on. Put a Steelers hat on Omar Epps, the same guy.
You, over the last couple of days, have been seeing, here's when Tomlin started in 2007, and you're like, oh my God, what a young man. He was like in his early 30s. So
doppelgangers, choppelgangers meaning you're the weak version, the busted version of that person, and we'll wrap it with the best choppelganger. Rich is the choppelganger of Jimmy Garoppolo. You're the right? All right, so anyway. Whew. I love Neil Diamond when him and Jack Tripper would go to the Regal Beagle all the time.
That was Larry Dallas.
Wasn't that Neil Diamond, though?
No, that was not Neil Diamond.
I thought they were the same guy when I was a kid.
Well, you also thought Philip Drummond from Different Strokes was Peter Gammon, so.
They're not the same guy?
I don't know.
No.
How about Manu Ginobili and Balki Bartokomou? Same guy, right?
You thought John Miller on Sunday Night Baseball was Benjamin Franklin.
They're not the same guy?
Anyway. Hey, CNR. How am I supposed to do a read here when Neil Diamond's on? Hey,
don't disrespect the Diamond.
We are live from the Fox Sports Radio studio, and it's time for our tie-rack play of the day. LeBron and the Lakers came back from being down by 16 to beat the Nuggies.
Rui wants Luka, finds Luka. Back to Hachimura, diving is LeBron! Throw it down!
Boy, LeBron can still make that quick dive down the middle off the ball.
Man.
Nice, ungrateful LeBron. I mean, LeBron and the Lakers with the comeback, courtesy of the Lakers TV Spectrum Sportsnet. And that was our Tire Rack play of the day. For over 40 years, Tire Rack has been helping customers find the right tires for how, what, and where they drive. Shipped fast and free, backed by free road hazard protection with convenient installation options like mobile tire installation. TireRack.com, the way tire buying should be.
Yeah, I thought about the Patriots. You know, I said I don't think the fans deserve it. Not that they don't deserve it, but here's my thought. I'm always under the feeling that if your team goes through a little bit of, and they went through not a little bit, a lot of bit of a dynasty or some type of winning tradition, once it goes away, as a fan, you sort of probably think like, yeah, I may not see this again in my life. If you're a Patriots fan, there had to be a part of you that's like, Tom Brady, Belichick, my goodness, were we blessed with arguably the greatest dynasty in NFL history. Man, you might have told your kids in Boston, like, hey, kid, we're probably never going to see that again. And here we are with Drake, May, and Vrabel. So there's a part of it's like, oh, man, again?
Was that a Boston accent?
I was trying. I suck at Boston accents. Khakis. Just say khakis. It sounds like you're saying car keys.
Khakis.
Yeah. It's like if you say rise up lights, it sounds like you're saying razor blades and you're Australian.
I keep my khakis in my khakis.
Rise up lights.
Did you guys see Ben Affleck and Matt Damon going through every town in Massachusetts with a Boston accent? It was like 4 minutes of content, and after 2 minutes, I'm like, they're on like F now. I have to bail.
Did you
I'm done.
Did you watch The Rip on Netflix yet?
No.
I think it's good enough to watch. Anyway, we got a lot to get to. We're gonna do Mike's Words of Wisdom. Midweek Major. There's a LeBron story. We got to talk, of course, championship football this weekend. But I did want to point this out because just to show you that social media does have an impact. Danny G, will you believe that 49ers general manager John Lynch confirmed that the team will indeed look into the electrical substation next to Levi Stadium? They're looking into it. Speculation of the injuries. And so while that might sound like a BS story, John Lynch, as I said, he will look into it. DB, you got some insight there or what?
You have to look into everything. And so our guys have been. We've been reaching out to anyone and everyone to see, does a study exist other than a guy sticking an apparatus underneath a fence and coming up with a number that I have no idea what that means.
Yeah, so it just proves that social media buzz does make a team respond, believe it or not.
All right, giving away prizes next, but 4 teams remain. What's the best storyline to root for? We'll wrap it with your phone calls, 877-99 on Fox. We got more Covino and Rich next, right here on Fox Sports Radio. Yeah!
It's Covino and Rich on Fox Sports Radio. Are you ready?
Yes! We talk about pop culture, we talk about sports, we talk about life.
It's a friendship on the radio. When you talk about the best athlete in the world, you're probably thinking Jim Thorpe, right?
I'm thinking Bo Jackson.
I'd have to throw myself at the age of 12 into the conversation.
You are the home run champion. When you find the commonality between sports and life, those analogies and conversations are the best. You were dating some girl, and you were like, hey, babe, let's watch The Sixth Sense. Her mom walked in. Can you believe he was dead the whole time?
I wanted to get up.
Well, slow down, Dana White.
I don't want to say It's never boring.
If the Chiefs win,
sorry, Patrick Mahomes here. What do you mean by if the Chiefs win?
Our friendship is real. It's authentic. You can't fake the funk.
we're the type of guys you'd want to hang out with at a sports bar. Best way to pick someone up at a bar?
Yeah.
Go up to a cute girl and say, oh, look at that bozo over there. And I point to you. We could make fun of each other, poke each other a little bit.
I call him Blubber Lips, Rich Davis, because he never stops talking.
He thinks he's the Mexican Fonz.
Yeah.
At any point, he's wearing a chain. You have a chain on?
Always.
Of course he has a chain on.
That's like asking me if I'm wearing cologne right now. Of course I am. We take a lot of pride in being inclusive and interactive on our show. Just the more the merrier.
Josh, Covino thinks that every man should own a leather jacket.
I only wear vegan leather.
Can you believe this guy?
I can't believe this guy. We have a very special connection with our audience, our listeners. People feel that friendship.
And I appreciate your show. I love it.
It's all for you. Thank you.
Mike Tyson, Covino, loves to just challenge us with random Mike Tyson trivia.
Which accomplished celebrity purchased my sprawling Connecticut estate?
I'm going to go 50 Cent.
You are absolutely correct, 50 Cent. I love his song.
You can't schedule a big event
You
during
can't.
a big sports moment.
My family member scheduled their wedding the same night as a Julio Cesar Chavez fight. Everyone was glued to that fight instead of doing the electric slide.
This is weak.
Unbelievable. You're very tricky.
America, you got sports, you got fun, you got us.
Covino and Rich.
We're crushing it.
Buffalo Bills owner Terry Pegula said today that he made the decision to fire head coach Sean McDermott while in the locker room following the team's loss to Denver last Saturday, saying that he felt that the team hit the proverbial wall under McDermott after 9 seasons. There was another topic of conversation in the press conference alongside new team president Brandon Beane. When they were asked about the drafting of Keon Coleman in 2024 in the second round, Coleman at times was a healthy scratch for the Bills this season.
The coaching staff pushed to draft Keon. I'm not saying Brandon wouldn't have drafted him, but he wasn't his next choice. He's taken, for some reason, heat over it and not saying a word about it.
49ers general manager John Lynch said wide receiver Brandon Ayuk won't return to the team next season, saying he's played his last snap as a 49er. Eagles interviewed Matt Nagy for their offensive coordinator position in Philadelphia. The Yankees signed outfielder Cody Bellinger to a 5-year, $162 million deal. I'm Dan Byer.
Oh, yeah, I'm so at home. I'm just lamping and liming here in the studio, doing the pinch and roll. Oh.
Don't do that on camera.
Not on camera, just under the console. Hey, Covino and Rich is Fox Sports Radio. Welcome to our house, CNR on FSR. Welcome to Stevie's Playhouse.
Whose house?
Our house. We got Danny G on the phones at 877-99 on Fox. Iowa Sam doing his thing, pressing buttons, the sound architect of the show. He's a sound specialist. We got Spot on the videos getting ready for Midweek Major. DB, the consummate professional with your updates. Mike's hanging out, and we be rocking out. Let's go.
All right, now we're going to get to Mike's words of wisdom. I know you are, but what am I? In a few seconds, but
nerd.
I did want to take a few phone calls and read some of the feedback. We're talking about, is there a storyline that excites you even a little bit? And you know what? Our buddy Mike in Kentucky hit us up. And he said, you know what? At this point, we've had such a great NFL season that the Super Bowl itself really is about eating, friends. You got Green Day, you got Bad Bunny, you got, commercials still. It's just a hang. So
yeah, I'm really excited about Spot's Buffalo dip.
Oh, Spot, you making the Buffalo dip?
Forget about the game.
No, Spot makes a good Stromboli.
Oh,
yeah.
Stromboli. And we're not talking the guy in Pinocchio. We're talking about Spot Stromboli.
Used to be my nickname.
Yeah.
But your thoughts, is there a Super Bowl
How do you sleep
matchup?
on my revenge for Seattle?
I said it, you just weren't listening.
No, but I feel like you're not vibing it.
No,
though.
I think
that's a really cool storyline.
I said DB, a little revenge for the Patriots.
I think that's a great storyline.
Again, the only matchup that hasn't occurred in Super Bowl history is
Broncos-Rams.
Broncos-Rams.
I said it, but you weren't listening.
Let's go to Arizona and say hi to Chris. Chris has his choice for the Super Bowl matchup. What's up, buddy?
Hey, thanks for having me, guys.
No problem. What's up?
I wanted to reiterate what you're talking about fan bases, about the Patriots. It is kind of sad to think you go back to like Atlanta. The Falcons blew that 28-3 lead, and they haven't even sniffed the Super Bowl, and the Patriots have won another one. I've gone to 2 more and are about to go to another one.
It's wild because another one. Arizona, thanks for the call, Chris.
Another one.
We talk about it all the time with Joe Burrow, with certain players that Matt Ryan for the Falcons. You get there, you almost have to win because the chance of you going back. Everyone always loves to say, "Well, you'll be back."
There's always next year.
It's like a one-night stand. You ever have a really good one-night stand and you never hang out with her again?
Yeah.
You're like, oh, well, maybe we could do this again. And just plans never line up. And
I've heard about it.
I'm sorry.
But, they always call me back. I don't know about you.
Yeah.
Maybe that is the problem. Pete in Vegas. What's up, buddy?
What up, Petey?
What's going on, fellas?
Hey, man.
So 2 things. How come nobody is talking about the Robert Saleh thing? It's just like I would be, if I was on the radio as much as the local guys, I'd be happy. He already proved, he's He's not worthy of a head coaching job, if you ask me. In fact, I don't think he did that great of a job with our boys this year. You'll probably agree with me on that.
Hey, I'm a big Niners guy. I love Robert Saleh. I feel like,
I don't think them being blown out the end really helped cases.
I mean, listen, dude. I think the team, numbers-wise, when you rank the run defense, pass defense, they really just kept people out of the end zone. I watch a team enough to know that yardage and giving up plays, the Niners' defense was not great, but they kept people out of the end zone. They minimized the damage. Robert Saleh also coached a season without Nick Bosa, Fred Warner, and like 3 other key defenders. Mikael Williams. Like they had no one. So Saleh's a good dude. I wish he stuck around. Now the Niners need a D coordinator. I don't know. Is that appealing to you, going to Tennessee? That doesn't seem like a team that's not an appealing spot for me. What's up, DB?
I don't think that because they're the Titans, people realize how dysfunctional that place has been over the last 5 years since they let go of Vrabel. So now so it may be less dysfunctional than the Jets, which is not hard to do.
I grew up knowing them as the New York Football Giants. Like, everything seems right. Do you think if he had waited a little longer and knew that McDermott was out, do you believe that he would have sniffed out that Buffalo job or no?
I'm sure, and I think that Kevin Stefanski, the same thing of him maybe going to Buffalo could have been an option. But my opinion about the Harbaugh deal with the Giants is it was such an easy hire. There's no, like, if you're Joe Shane, like, yeah, we're going to hire him. Is it the right hire? I have no idea. We think it's going to work, but it just was a very, very easy hire. And sometimes those don't work out as well as you would have hoped, but we'll see.
Kevin Stefanski, I saw Big Cat ask him a really hard-hitting question. If he dyed his beard gray. Because he's such a young guy, but he's got that gray beard. And he's like, I think that's a great question. You might not think, but I was like,
why would someone dye their beard gray?
Try to look a little salt and pepper look.
Wisdom.
Yes.
Why do you think Dion? Why do you think Dion?
Leave the wisdom for Mike.
Why do you think Dion and
No.
We talked about LeBron and some of these NBA guys that are young men, and black dudes could dye their hair black and they look 20 years younger.
Speaking of Stefanski, Baker Mayfield called him out. I thought that was pretty cool.
Well,
that's the other side
another
story.
Great storyline that they have to face each other
he says,
twice a year.
I'm ready to see you twice a year, coach. Let's go. You remember me, the guy you let go, the guy you threw away like doo-doo diapers? Something like that. He goes, let's go. Can't wait to see you again. So Mayfield calling him out as the new Falcons coach.
Well, speaking of wisdom and doo-doo diapers. Kidding. Mike, what's up, buddy?
Gee, thanks, Rich.
Yeah,
that's very nice. I love that introduction, man.
Mike's the guy.
Feeling the love.
Mike's the guy that welcomed us more than anyone when we started here years ago now, and we've been best pals ever since. Big Mike, who runs this place, has words of wisdom.
Hello, everybody.
Let's welcome Mike, everybody.
Mike,
this
is
it.
Thank
Mike,
you, guys.
you have a
Thank
Super
you.
Bowl matchup you want to see or what?
As long as the Rams are not in it, I'm good.
Okay.
Yeah, that's yeah.
All right.
Rams need to just go away.
I'll tell Pookie you said that.
I want to make this very, very clear, though. Today we're playing for mini balls. We got and we're doubling.
Oh, I guess it's Mike's game.
Come on, dude. Really?
What's up with that?
That's a softball.
I'm sorry. I should have let that one go.
They're the same. They're really cool, though. They're CNR on FSR mini turbo footballs, and we're throwing in koozies, so it's a little bit of a
make your
prize
hands
pack.
look really big.
Yeah. I got little hamburger hands. So look at this. I could fully grip this one.
Covino, that's how an NFL quarterback feels with real football.
But I want to make it clear, today we're playing for mini balls and some koozies, and you get to see Mike if you play along now on YouTube, Covino and Rich FSR on YouTube. It's like seeing Dr. Claw from Inspector Gadget for the first time. You're like, that's Mike?
That is.
That's Mike right here.
I'm right here, ladies and gentlemen.
And for the record, they did show Dr. Claw on Inspector Gadget. Finally, they did.
It's time for something we do every Wednesday. Mike's Words of Wisdom.
It's time for the guy that runs this place.
Just for clarification, guys, Big Mike does not run this place. He is not in charge of everything. He has no power over really anybody here. He does not run this place.
It's Big Mike's Words of Wisdom on a Wednesday.
Ooh. It's great to be here, gentlemen. And this is, many of you know, we launched a new show here at Fox Sports Radio this week, Stugatz.
Hey, Stugatz!
Does he know you run this place or no?
He does not, but he will find out.
Well, let's make sure Stugatz and company know who runs this place.
That's right. And this is in honor of the new show.
Oh,
okay.
Every great beginning starts with confusion and someone pretending they know what's going on.
I like that.
You know what it reminds me of, Mike? Like becoming a parent for the first time and how your parents were just learning as they went, too.
That's something you realize, I'm sure.
You realize that it's their first time through all this, too. What did they know?
Danny
They knew
G,
nothing.
Dan Byer, Mike, all of us,
yeah.
all of us that are dads. Do you remember thinking that thought? Like, oh my God, my parents were just sort of like figuring
Had
it out.
no
faking
idea.
It.
Yeah, sort of winging it.
Like in my mind, I'm like, I was older and had more money than my parents had when they had me. So I'm like, they were really just winging it.
I understand
Yeah,
now.
100%.
I understand why my mom accidentally dropped me on the tile floor.
She said it was an accident.
She said it was.
All right, so you know what? If you could repeat Mike's words of wisdom,
Word for word.
Let me give it to you one more time.
one more time.
Every great beginning starts with confusion and someone pretending they know what's going on.
It's a good one.
Like it.
Because
I
you're
like
right.
it.
Some people, I often wonder, too, in life, like, are these people just playing pretend, especially when I go to, like, big meetings? I'm like, what does this idiot know? He's just pretending to be important.
Act as if you know.
It reminds me of my favorite Barack Obama quote, where he's like, when he became president, sort of out of nowhere. I mean, he was a local guy, became president. He's like, all these world leaders and CEOs and billionaires. He goes, they're not all that.
Yeah, just
Right?
a bunch of people pretending to be adults.
I think about that. All right. Thank you, Big Mike.
Thank
You are welcome, gentlemen.
If you could repeat that word for word, Mike's Wednesday words of wisdom, we figure we passed on that wisdom to you. A guy with a real gray beard and wisdom. Mike, call us now at 877-99 on Fox for your chance to win. Again, a CNR mini turbo football, and we'll throw in some koozies too. Here I am up on the stage, and there I go. All right. Sorry, go ahead, continue.
Had to turn my headphones down.
He said like Metallica, so I was doing my best.
Just can't help it, man.
Do we need to do a Covino and Rich Fox Sports Radio karaoke night?
Yeah.
Where we invite
Yes.
listeners to watch you and Sam duet the
I
rock
think that
hits?
is a fantastic idea.
But don't tell Covino to do
must
karaoke. Don't tell him to do it.
Yeah, don't tell me.
It
I
has
do
to
it
be
if I want
natural. It has
You're
to be like
right.
we want to go up there naturally.
Yeah, when you tell me I don't want to do it. Turn the page.
We are going to turn the page to Spot's midweek major in a little bit. So we'll get back to NFL and all the stories in the world of pop culture. Spot, I do want you to include the Beckham story in your midweek major because I'm so
Ooh, that's a
fascinated.
juicy
I'm
one,
fascinated by David.
Well, thanks for letting me know now. I feel like I need an hour to research it.
Dude,
There's so much to it.
It's complex.
How about you do it?
You know what? Maybe I will. But right now, I want to talk about.
Weak.
I want to talk about. Do it. Ungrateful LeBron. There's a story out of TMZ that I thought you guys would get a kick out of. Jeannie Buss, and this sort of tracks because it makes sense. Maybe I'll ask former Fox Sports Radio host Jay Moore what he thinks. Jeannie Buss felt that LeBron James was ungrateful after the Lakers drafted Bronny. In this whole message, it goes on to say that when they went ahead and drafted LeBron James, his son, Bronny, Jeannie thought there'd be more of a, like, thank you. More of like a, we went out of our way, like, and LeBron just sort of was like, yeah, cool.
I could see that because
Okay.
when you're LeBron, you I'm not even saying it's a personality flaw. It's just like by default. Maybe you
hold
just
on.
feel entitled to that sort of treatment because you mean a lot to the organization.
Let me read this to you, Mike, and then your response.
Okay.
Jeannie Buss saw the pick of Bronny as a major gesture of loyalty to the James family, and she expected a little appreciation from LeBron.
Some
but
gratitude,
but
yeah.
instead, she believed he shrugged it off, and it really irked Jeannie.
So what bothers me the most about this is the fact that when they did draft Bronny, they tried to pretend like it was a reasonable draft pick.
Right.
And now she's turning around and saying, well, obviously we would never have drafted him
So now you're
if it weren't for
double-talking, right?
LeBron.
Yeah,
she's talking out of both sides of her mouth right now. That's absolutely ridiculous. I have 100%. She's crazy.
They're saying, of course, a lot of uncertainty when they drafted Bronny because you saw very little of him in college. It seemed like a pick for LeBron. But you're right. Now, so by Jeannie saying that,
She's just confirming that they made that pick just for LeBron.
Well, it's sort of on her, and here's why. First of all, people stink. It's not just LeBron. People stink. And that's why you have to – I learned this from Ivan Drago. Remember him, former champion Russian boxer?
Oh, yeah.
He always
Do you
said
see the snow in Russia? It's almost like Rocky IV right
13 feet of
I
snow.
saw
True
that.
story.
now. And by the way, I'm so confused what's real or not because there's pictures on social media. I'm like, is that real? Like
The one with
mountains
the
of snow?
abominable snowman? No, that's fake.
Okay.
That's not true. The snow monster? That was
No,
fake.
that's not okay. Fine.
But there is 13 feet of snow. But what did he say? Besides, I must break him. He says, "Did Yasabia fight for you, do for you, and
I
worry
fight for
about
me."
you?" And I say this because when you do the right thing sometimes in life, do them because it's the right thing for you. You know in your heart of hearts and soul of souls that I'm doing this because I know it's the right thing, not because you want some sort of thank you or some sort of gratitude, some sort of pat on the back. Like, do it because you know it's the right thing to do. And Jeannie Buss did this clearly for all the wrong reasons, just to show a gesture to LeBron to be like, hey, here's what we're doing, LeBron. Because when you do it for those reasons, when you do it for the thank you, you're doing it for all the wrong reasons.
Now listen, I don't think it was, well, I wouldn't say for all the wrong reasons. LeBron James is a big part of the organization, so she thought,
but when you're looking for that gratitude, oftentimes in life, because people stink, you don't get it. And I got stories, you got stories, Jeannie Buss has stories.
There's a little bit more to it as well. All of this is stemming sort of from background investigation from the sale of the team. So it dates back to, I believe, the Westbrook trade. Like, her annoyance is that LeBron never takes accountability when things go wrong, despite his huge influence over the team.
Gotcha. So if LeBron's like, I want to be involved in the decisions, and then when the decisions don't go right, LeBron's like, well, not my fault.
And apparently after that, in 2022, because they didn't make the playoffs the previous year, Jeannie Buss considered trading him or not renewing his contract.
Well, Jeannie Buss then should have just done this just out of kindness. Hey, LeBron means a lot to our organization. We want to show the loyalty to him. We're going to draft his son. And then leave it at that. You shouldn't expect anything else in return, honestly, because that's just how life is and how people are. I have a quick story I'll share with you as an example. I found, get this is no joke, no lie. I found a watch. I was walking my dog I was playing my yo-yo on the street corner.
Man, you're
walking
on fire
the dog.
today.
I know. I'm a former Duncan champion. No, I'm actually walking the dog, and I see my dog poking around underneath a table at an outside sort of restaurant. And I'm like, what are you poking at? I look under there, and there's a watch. But it's not just a watch. It's not a Swatch watch. It's not some old Casio. It's not some sort of fossil from 1990-something. It's a Cartier watch. And I looked at it. I'm like, man, this is a nice, expensive watch. This is someone's expensive watch. I looked it up. It was a $30,000 watch.
Dang.
But, dude, I did the right thing because I knew it was the right thing to do. I didn't do it for a reward or a thank you or a pat on the back. It hurt me and pained me to do the right thing, but I did it for me. And I handed it back to the owner of the restaurant. I said, hey.
Oh, I thought you were going to say you give it to your girlfriend for Christmas.
I thought about that long and hard. But here's where the story ties in. I gave it to the owner, and I said, this is a really expensive watch, man. Someone's going to be looking for it. He's like, wow, man, thanks, because most people stink, and they would have kept it and sold it, right? I went back to that restaurant like a week later. I'm like, hey, that watch, man. You know, it was like a $30,000 watch I returned to you guys. For all I knew, someone from the restaurant could have kept it.
Yeah.
I said, whatever happened? He goes, would you believe, man? Like later that day, a guy came back for the watch, and I thought he was going to be so pumped to get it back, and he never even looked up at me from his phone. Had his head in his phone the whole time. I was like, hey, man, oh yeah, thanks. He was like, yeah, man, some guy returned this today. He's like,
you didn't deserve it.
He's like, we found your watch. Some dude was nice enough to return. He's like, yeah, man, thanks, and walked out the restaurant. Yeah. Not a thank you, not a like, wow, man, not a like, hey, do you have his number so I could thank you? But again, I wasn't expecting that. But it proves the thought of people stink. Don't expect that from people.
It's weak. This makes me think of when you're somewhere where there's a tip jar, like a sandwich shop or the frozen yogurt place by my house. I make sure to throw in some tip money. And they see it, and when they don't even acknowledge it or nod their head or say, oh, thanks, or anything, it bugs me. I'm like, you could at least acknowledge money just went in your tip jar.
But you know what? It went into your Danny G soul of souls of doing the right thing.
Dude, you need to go to Cold Stone Creamery, because if they see a tip go in, they are required to sing a thank you.
They used to. I don't think they do anymore.
Yeah, now
really? People stink.
What? I've gone there. I tip a couple bucks when my kids are picky about, I want the cotton candy ice cream with this. I always throw a couple bucks. And in my mind, I'm like, where's the song?
They're supposed to sing.
So
what?
You do these kind gestures because you
Yeah, you gotta do for
Want to
yourself.
do for yourself
For the
right
thing.
thing, for your soul, for your kindness, because that's who you
No,
are,
bro,
right?
I want
Stay
the
true to
song.
yourself. When you're doing things because you're expecting some sort of thank you, Genie Bus, you're not going to get it. You're going to be let down. But people are good at that.
But ungrateful LeBron, as the conversation
it's
started,
weak. It's weak, dude.
It's a bad feeling. But Covino's right that some people are going to be ungrateful. That's why you have to do it, just because you know you're doing the right thing. I'll tell you a quick 20-second story. We'll move on to Midweek Major, get a winner. I'm at JFK. I'm at the airport, New York City, John F. Kennedy Airport, and you know those, like, I don't know who uses them, but people use those, like, things to push your luggage, like those little metal push carts.
What do you mean, who uses them? You've never used one of those ever?
You can rent them. They're like the rent-a-cart.
People who are traveling use them?
I roll my suitcase and have a backpack or something. Like, how often? What luggage do you have?
People that are going on excursions, like Matt Vasgersian.
Or they got a bunch of kids who can't roll their own luggage.
Kids and families traveling together.
Well, anyway,
not everyone travels with a little book bag like you.
I saw some jabroni get in a nice black SUV, like a nice car, pulls up. This guy loads his bags, and I see that he left a MacBook and a MacBook case and all this stuff on the cart. The car starts pulling away. I run up to the car, and on the side of the car, I'm like, yo, guys, you forgot. I hand this guy his computer and everything. Much like
thinking you saved his career.
I'm thinking
you're like Lloyd Christmas trying to get the briefcase back to Mary Swanson. You're like, no.
Maybe it was a drop. Maybe you're right.
Yeah, maybe it was ransom.
Maybe I was Lloyd Christmas. But when I tell you, Mike, I was so disappointed. I didn't want a reward. But this guy was like, oh yeah, thanks. Like, this guy would have went into New York City, Long Island, Connecticut, and then he would have been like, where's my laptop, my bag, and everything?
Rich thinks he saved his life, and this guy gave him a how do you do. This guy gave him the high sign, like, yeah, later, buddy.
Yeah, thanks, buddy.
You know why that guy owes you a thank you, though? Because you could have just done the easy thing, was just like, it's not my problem.
Yeah.
You went out of your way to try to help somebody.
No, because the proper response is, oh my God, that's so awesome.
That is the
Thank
proper
you
response,
so much.
if you're aware of what's going on.
Wow, I really appreciate that. But there's so many times in life you don't get that, and it's a crappy feeling of being let down. And
what
that's
you're
how Genie
saying
Bus
is
feels.
LeBron James should be singing the Cold Stone Creamery song to Genie Bus.
Yes.
I think you're right, Mike.
I'd like to see that.
I think you're right. And we also learned that I might have actually been the Lloyd Christmas in that story. All right, let's get a winner from Mike's Words of Wisdom, and then Spots Midweek Major standing by in a few. Let's start with Terry in Wyoming. Terry, let the music simmer. What are Mike's Words of Wisdom this week?
All right. Every great beginning starts with confusion and someone pretending they know what's going on.
Winner. Simple.
Chicken dinner.
Simple.
Wow, he just let it flow.
Well done, Terry.
Yeah, that was some good flow. Like, Mike says it, and it's like he makes it feel complex. You just riffed that off.
Hey, Terry, you win.
You trying to take my job, Terry?
A Covino Rich mini ball and some koozies. We'll hook you up, all right, buddy boy?
All right, man. Thank you.
Hey, thank you for
You're going
playing.
to start calling him Terry, who runs this place.
Terry, who runs this place.
Well, listen, Spotty Boy has Midweek Major coming up, and there's some really fun stories in the world of sports and entertainment. We do that next right here on Fox Sports Radio. Now, are you facing hiring headaches? You like how we just changed tone there? I'm like, next, are you hiring? Well, listen, that if you are hiring, staffing your business is complex. High turnover, skill gaps, ever-changing rules and regulations that could slow and drain your resources. That's why Express Employment Pros, they come in and help. With decades of staffing expertise, Express connects you with larger pools of candidates, helping you reduce turnover and build the right size workforce. So get started right now at expresspros.com.
Need to flex your staff for peak seasons or special projects? Express Employment Pros offers contract staffing so you can scale up or down with ease, preventing burnout and boosting productivity.
Worried about compliance? Express stays on top of ever-changing employment laws. Express is recognized for excellence, earning clearly rated Best of Staffing Client and Talent Awards, plus the Diamond Award for Client Satisfaction.
Don't let hiring challenges hold your business back. Visit expresspros.com to find your local office and discover how Express Employment Professionals can help you hire smarter and faster.
If hiring is taking you away from growing your business, get the support you need with Express. Don't spend your time weeding through spam online applicants, and hire faster with Express. Express Employment Pros, building your workforce, supporting your success. Dan Beyer and Monty Bolaños filled in for us a couple days. I invited all you ass clowns. I said, do you guys want to watch the 49ers Seahawks? I'll order food on me. Let's go. And apparently Dan Beyer talked about this on our show when he was filling in. Take a listen.
Rich says, guys, Saturday night, Seahawks 49ers, my place, 5:30. Come on over, watch the game. Dan, there's going to be a Seahawks fan here. Come on by. There's no way that I would be able to go to that party.
Absolutely not.
It is. I am not going into a 49ers house. I also am, I want to watch the game by myself sort of guy. So even though there would be another Seahawks fan there, there's no way that I could go over to this party. I appreciate the invite, and I think Rich is all welcoming. I can't believe Rich is going to have another Seahawks fan at his house for a get-together. I would not have blamed him for not inviting me, but Monty, there is no way that I would want to watch the game with someone else or multiple other people who are probably closer to Rich that are saying, well, I want the 49ers. That's Rich's team. There's no way I'd be watching that game with them on Saturday night.
And he responded with that respectfully.
Yeah.
That's sort of what he said in the group message.
He texted me like, respectfully, I'd rather watch the game with anyone on the planet other than you.
Can't do it.
And you know what? I don't want to
And
talk
he said, thanks for the invite, but I can't.
I don't want to talk out of both sides of my mouth. I just know that Dan's a respectful fan. So I feel like I could have watched it with Dan. Like our buddy Wes in Vegas watched the game with us. He's a Seahawks fan, and it was respectful. I've told one of my Eagle fan friends, remember our buddy Steve? We have an Eagles fan who I told, like, yeah, I don't want to watch you because you're going to bother me. And he said I was a big wuss, and he got all mad about it. Because remember, I had the stance, and I blamed it on my kids. Like, yeah, you're going to upset my kids.
Yeah, that was a weird sort of way to
I was like, yeah, my kids are all
tell
pumped.
them no.
My kids are all pumped to watch a game. I don't want, my kids don't get it. You'll be rooting against the team we want. I'm like,
you
yeah.
should have just told them no. I don't know. For you to blame it on your kids, that is weird. But, yeah, I think you assess the situation. The Eagles fan that Rich talks about, I could see him being annoying during the game.
He's obnoxious.
I don't see Rich and Dan and our buddy Wes being obnoxious with each other. You have to know the company. But I actually agree with Dan Beyer here. I'm surprised that you invited a Seahawks fan, multiple Seahawks fans. They were nice ones, though. I understand your thinking. But I'm with Dan. Like, big games like this, I don't want any distractions and any people bothering me. I actually see his point, and I think he bowed out respectfully, and I think he did it the right way.
He did it. Listen, I respect it, but if you want to chime in, we'll take your feedback. We're going to play a game next, but if you want to chime in, at Covino and Rich.
Watching the big game alone or with mixed company is really what it comes down to.
It's not even alone. I think the mixed company is the part of it, meaning I think if you're like Covino, one time
he did say alone, though.
You and I watched a Yankees playoff game once. I'm not a Yankees fan, but I was, I'm a Mets fan, so I had no horse in the race. But there was a big Red Sox-Yankees game, and I remember someone brought a Red Sox fan.
It was my sister's boyfriend, Luis, at the time.
Yeah, but
he came in there with a Red Sox jersey, ruined the whole vibe. I wanted to karate kick him in the chest, and I liked the kid, but he started rooting for the Red Sox and
in your
being
house.
a jerk about it in our house, and it's a house full of Yankees fans. And he sort of leaned into that fun, and it was maybe fun for him, but it wasn't like fun for anybody else.
I told you about a year. Do you remember when the 49ers beat the Lions in the NFC Championship a couple years ago? One of the moms at the school was over the house. Like, we invited some of the parents over, and this woman who had no love of the Lions, she was just rooting for the Lions because she was like, yeah, I guess I want to root for them. I'm like, yeah, but you're in a Niners fan house? So when she was like, yeah, Jared Goff, I told my wife, shut her up or tell her to leave our home.
Yeah, zip it there, Zippy. Especially when you're watching it. Like, if you're really invested, you're watching really tight. You're tight. And even though that person...
easily perturbed.
Yeah, that person may be playful in the moment or whatever, but like that's not the time or place when you're on the edge of your seat,
bro,
all
when
tight like that.
When your team fails to hold the other team on third and 12, and that person does a little yeah,
you don't want to hear you don't want to hear that.
It's even hard to watch with fans of your own team sometimes because it depends what kind of fan they are. Are they positive or are they a negative fan?
Oh, yeah.
Covino and Rich, and we're turning the page to Midweek Major in a minute. But for over 40 years, Tire Rack's been helping customers find the right tires for how, what, and where they drive. Ship fast and free, backed by free road hazard protection with convenient installation options like mobile tire installation. TireRack.com, the way tire buying should be. And our show is sponsored by DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NFL and NBA. Right now, use promo code CRSHOW to claim your special offerings at DraftKings. Again, promo code CRSHOW at DraftKings. The crown is yours. And
your next success could be sooner than you think. Apply now and save with no application fee through February 11th. University of Maryland Global Campus this new year. Put your goals within reach at an accredited state university. Learn more at umgc.edu.
All right, so we're Covino and Rich live from the Fox Sports Radio studio, and we got to get you involved. We got to get Spot involved. We do this every Wednesday. We bust out Danny G's Red Love Dice, and we do Midweek Major.
Covino and Rich get you over the middle of the week with Midweek Major.
Ooh, I love that.
We throw sports and pop culture headlines and topics at the fellas, and it's like the kids say.
That's so mid. Week definitely major.
CNR scoring. Midweek Major.
Remix got to go quick here to give Spotty a full 7 minutes for this segment. And before we hand things over to the number one and only host, Cove and Rich have those Red Love Dice that were previously mentioned.
Hell yeah.
Who do I talk to about taking time back from Big Mike?
Go to the guy. Oh, he runs this place.
You got to talk to Lord Business of Fox
Yeah,
Sports.
who's above Big Mike?
By the way, I rolled a 7. Rich rolled a 9.
That means Rich gets first take. And now, ladies and gentlemen, the most famous person besides Judy Blume from Scotch Plains, New Jersey, Spotty Boy.
Hey, Spot.
Hi, guys. Thanks for leaving me a whole 6.5 minutes.
What's up, bud?
All right, let's jump right in. So, Rich, I know you wanted me to go over the Beckham drama. That's on you. There's too much there.
Okay, sorry.
It's ongoing. But I will give you some other drama, some Taylor Swift drama. I know we all love that. Luckily, Travis done for the season, so he can focus on getting dragged into all this drama. So, as you know, Taylor was caught up in the lawsuit involving her friend and actress Blake Lively and actor-director Justin Baldoni over the movie It Ends With Us. That whole thing, the thing was dismissed, but documents were just released that show a text exchange between Blake and Taylor where Taylor says, quote, "I think this knows something is coming because he's gotten out his tiny violin." Obviously, things said in private, you don't expect them to go public, but the whole text exchange is there. Now fans are taking to Travis's social media to call out Taylor, posting comments about his fiance, saying things like, quote, "I hope the Kelsey family had no knowledge of Taylor Swift's wrongdoings. Otherwise, it would be so disappointing that you two decided to get married. The Kelsey family seems so sweet." Other people are just saying that, watch out. You've seen Taylor's true colors. You should run.
This is BS.
All right, midweek or major?
Well, this is major.
Definitely major.
Well, like major BS, and I'll tell you why. Like, this is no one would ever want their private text messages shown. Imagine if this group chat on our show was shown. My goodness. But you know what? Taylor Swift, her friend Blake Lively, whether they're friends or not anymore, she had her back. I just think we were deceived to think like Taylor made it seem like, oh my God, I was bamboozled. I don't want to be involved. Meanwhile, she was sort of involved in the whole thing. But what does it have to do with A, the price of bananas, or her relationship with Travis Kelce? You or your wife never lied to someone else? Doesn't have anything to do with Travis Kelce. Leave Travis alone.
This is mid. I'll tell you why.
Oh.
First, I'll start with a compliment. Congratulations, Taylor Swift. She's in the Singer-Songwriter Hall of Fame.
Youngest to be there.
But guess what? She's not Little Miss Innocent, okay? Because the text messages have come out, and she was talking smack. But who gives a diddly squat? The minute you say Baldoni and Lively, I'm tuned out. I don't give a terrible Terry Funk about that story.
You know what, Covino? I agree. Do you expect everyone to be a little angel? That's like saying none of us here has ever texted someone something you'd be like, ooh. Come on, next story, Spot.
All right, keeping with the drama, but over to Baker Mayfield, stirring us some drama on social media over new Falcons head coach Kevin Stefanski with the new hiring longtime Falcons reporter D. Orlando Ledbetter. published a story in the Atlanta Journal-Constitution claiming Stefanski had a dumpster fire at quarterback in Cleveland with both Mayfield and Watson as failed QBs. So Mayfield couldn't let this one slide, immediately reposted to Ledbetter's post on X saying, quote, "Failed is quite the reach, pal. Still waiting on a text/call from Stefanski after I got shipped off like a piece of garbage." He said, "Can't wait to see you twice a year, coach." As you know, Mayfield spent 2 seasons with Stefanski on the Browns, was traded to the Panthers in 2022. So a little bit of beef drama there, midweek or major.
Definitely major.
Because it took a storyline. The NFL is all about storylines and battles and feuds, right? That's what that drives it. The great football, but also the storylines. And the NFC South is one of the more boring conferences, if not the most boring. So you put a little Baker Mayfield, Kevin Stefanski feud in the mix. Now all of a sudden, the Tampa Bay Bucks.
No, Spot said Steven Stefanski.
I was speaking quickly.
I
corrected myself in the moment.
Steven Stefanski has a cool dark beard.
Okay, Rich, slow down.
Oh, that's Covino. No, but I think it's major only because it gives you a little hype to a meaningless Falcons-Bucks rivalry that really doesn't exist. Now it's exciting to me, so I say major.
Absolutely major.
Definitely major.
Some people think there's such thing as bad motivation. I think anything that motivates you is great motivation. And if this motivates Baker Mayfield even more to stick it to Stefanski, I love it. I use this as motivation in my life every day. People say to me, Covino, what's with the chip on your shoulder? I'm like, it's not a chip, it's a Tostito. And everybody that's overlooked me, it fuels my fire every day to prove them wrong and beat their asses. So props to Mayfield for calling them out.
Give him fuel, give him fire.
Give me that which I desire. Ooh, yeah.
All right, Spot.
Trying to win, bro.
Since you stole my other LeBron story, here's another one for you. So LeBron and Nike, I don't know if you saw this, are facing backlash after their tone-deaf plan to honor Martin Luther King Jr. So the Nike LeBron 23, quote, "Honor the King," features a turquoise green colorway which matches Memphis's Lorraine Motel. So think about that.
Okay.
Honoring the place he got killed?
Honoring the place
Where
that
we've
Dr.
been.
Martin Luther King was assassinated on April 4th, 1968. So the shoe also has like equality written on the heel, commemorates LeBron's points that he scored on Memphis in 2008.
Yeah. You know,
but the shoes are focusing on the place to honor Martin Luther King, the place he was murdered, assassinated.
Listen,
so a lot of people are coming out immediately, backlash, tone deaf.
I'll say this. I'll say mid. I'll tell you why.
That's so mid.
Because we always say the same thing on the show. We're consistent in saying, I look at intention. And no one was intending to be disrespectful. It may have missed the mark. And, now that I think about it, maybe it shouldn't be the colors of the place he got assassinated. I don't think the intention was bad. The intention was a tribute. So I'm okay with it, but you don't want to miss the mark.
Right. Get it right, though. I agree with Rich. There's no malintent, right? I think it's a major story, actually. Martin Luther King needs to be honored the proper way.
I mean, better than that Spencer's gift item I saw, the Martin Luther King. It's
better,
like a loofah.
Better than the loofah.
That's disrespectful.
Remember in a related story, I think it was in like somewhere in Florida or Florida City or something like that, where they did the embracing arms. It was like the weirdest tribute to Martin Luther King. It's like, I get the intent was good, but if you're going to take the time to honor someone's life, someone significant, do it right.
Yeah, do it. All right, thank you, Spot.
All right. By the way, I hear the theater here in LA is doing a Lincoln promotion. If you want to head to the theater, get some box seats.
Stop it.
Stupid.
All right.
my God.
Let's go over to the real news. Dan Byer.
TB, what's going on, Dan?
How wonderful to see you.
Yeah, hey guys, great to see you as well. Covino in a great mood because Cody Bellinger is back with the Yankees on a 5-year deal worth $162 million, has a full no-trade clause, opt-outs after the second and third year of that deal. The big news in the NFL today is what went on in Buffalo. Tough to describe, so we'll let Bills owner Terry Pegula explain why he fired Sean McDermott on Saturday.
I did not fire a coach based on a bad officiating decision. I felt like we hit the proverbial playoff wall year after year.
Now, Pegula was flanked by new team president Brandon Beane, who got a promotion from being the team's general manager. The topic of conversation that came up was about Keon Coleman and the drafting of the wide receiver in the 2024 draft. With the first pick in the second round, here was Pegula on that selection.
The coaching staff pushed to draft Keon. I'm not saying Brandon wouldn't have drafted him, but he wasn't his next choice. He's taken, for some reason, heat over it and not saying a word about it.
By the way, Coleman's still on the team, so he's still a member of the Buffalo Bills. Brandon Ayuk's not going to be a member of the 49ers any longer. GM John Lynch confirming that Ayuk has played his last snap as a Niner. Lynch also weighing in on the electrical substation next to the team's practice facility. Here's a bit of that. You may have heard it earlier, but here it is again.
You have to look into everything, and so our guys have been. We've been reaching out to anyone and everyone to see, does a study exist other than a guy sticking an apparatus underneath a fence and coming up with a number that I have no idea what that means. That's what we know exists. We've heard that debunked. So yes, we will look into it. We have, and we'll always be cognizant of things. I know that a lot of games have been won at this facility, since it opened. But yeah, we aren't going to turn a blind eye. We'll look into everything.
There's your answer, Rich. So they will look into it.
Who are they going to get? The Mythbusters?
Right. Maybe a 3-part episode. Yeah. Eagles interviewed Matt Nagy for their offensive coordinator position as the Chiefs made it official. Eric Bieniemy will be the OC in KC. Pistons won't have Cade Cunningham tonight out against the Pelicans because of an illness. Back to you, fellas.
Thank you, DB. And I do have a retraction, Rich. The Embrace, that Martin Luther King statue, that weird statue, that's in Boston.
Oh.
Those weird arms. Remember that?
I do.
In Boston?
I do.
Not sure what happened there. Won't happen again.
All right, well, hey, we got more Covino and Rich next right here. Fox Sports Radio, now DraftKings Sportsbook. Let's talk about DraftKings. An official sports betting partner of the NFL. It makes every playoff moment feel bigger. Now, this weekend, are you going to go with the Dogs? Are you going to go with Denver getting 6 at home? Are you going to go with the Rams on the road in Seattle?
I'm going for that Broncos-Rams Super Bowl that we've never seen, and I think we are downplaying the cool storyline of Stiddy doing his thing. Why are we rooting against the underdog to play big in a big moment?
So
that's kind of cool.
You're going double doggy this
I know
weekend.
It's like there's something about it like, but who wants to see that? But why not look at it from the perspective of, how cool is that?
Yeah, well, hey, you can make your picks. DraftKings Sportsbook has your back, even on early exit protection. That's if a player goes down in the first half of a prop bet, you still get paid in cash. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app. Use our code CRSHOW. That's code CRSHOW. You can turn $5 into $300 in bonus bets if your bet wins.
In partnership with DraftKings, the crown is yours.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY. Connecticut, call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. On behalf of Boot Hill Casino in Kansas, wager tax pass-through may apply in Illinois. 21 plus in most states, void in Ontario. Restrictions apply. Bet must win to receive bonus bets which expire in 7 days. Minimum odds required. For additional terms and responsible gaming resources, see dkng.co/audio. Limited time offer.
So here's the thing. I'm going to ask my kids a question. You don't answer right away. Covino's going to set the odds. 30 seconds, and you just got to pick over, under. Question 1, Covino.
Okay.
In 30 seconds.
In 30 seconds, between the two of them, right?
Yeah, they're working together as a little team.
All right, they're a tandem.
All right, here we go. First question. How many NFL football teams can my kids name in 30 seconds?
In 30 seconds, 9.
9.
In 30 seconds?
In 30 seconds.
In 30 seconds?
Okay, so,
All of them.
all right, well, chill, Ben. Travis, do you think under or over 9?
Way over.
Oh, boy, the pressure's on. All right, we have the timer set at 30 seconds. And when I point to you, you start naming football teams.
Wait, points?
No, just name all the football teams you can think of. Ready? You ready, Ben? Okay, ready? Here we go. 3, 2, 1, go.
Green Bay Packers, 49ers, Chargers, Bears.
That's 4. Keep going. Rams. Come on, keep going. You don't have to whisper. Go.
Then just do it. It's ticking.
Come on. Come on. That's 10 seconds. Come on.
Ben, do it.
Come on. Come on. You got it. Oh, you got got 5. You got 5 teams.
Wait, what did he say?
He said, yeah.
He said over?
Yeah.
Oh. Hey, man, it's different when the pressure's on.
Yeah. All right, very stressful. Next question. By the way, thank you, Travis. You want to go to Big Bear next, or you want to go to Tulsa, Oklahoma? Where do you want to go? Big Bear. Let's go to Big Bear and say hi to Steve. Hey, Steve, you there?
Yes.
All right, I'm on dad duty today, so we're going to play over-under. 30 seconds. Steve Covino.
Okay.
How many Disney characters from movies and TV shows do you think my kids can name in 30 seconds?
30 seconds goes
This
quick.
is going to be hard.
All right, Disney characters is easier than football teams,
Okay.
I think. But I still think 9 is a pretty solid number. I think if they could name 9, I'd be impressed. 9.
All right, 9. Steve, over, under 9?
I'm going to go with under.
Under 9.
I think I could do over than that.
Up. Okay, let's go. On the count of 3, the
I
timer's...
think I could do all of them.
Up. You said that last time. All right, on the count of 3, name every Disney character you can think of. You got to get 9 in 30 seconds. Ready? 3, 2, 1, go.
Elsa, Anna, Olaf, Mabel, Dipper,
Okay, that's 5.
Aladdin.
Yep.
Ariel.
What?
Woody. Ariel.
Think of all the movies you know.
All the movies.
They need one more. It's 10
Buzz
seconds.
Lightyear.
Buzz, that's 9.
One more. Any other princess? Or what?
Just do it.
Just say it.
Mulan.
Mulan. Was that at the buzzer? Are we counting that at the buzzer?
Sam.
I'll count it.
All right. There you go. Over. Sorry. Oh, sorry, Steve.
buddy. They snuck Mulan in with the
Actually, you know what? I
Mulan
think it was
buzzer
after the
beater.
buzzer. I think it was after the buzzer.
The third category is baseball players.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Baseball.
Covino, how many
Yes.
baseball players in 30 seconds?
Wow, this is tough. You know why? Because, I'm a baseball fan, but I feel like even I'm limited with, I'm Yankees all the way. These kids are Dodgers, Mets. I don't know how much.
Sometimes a little yank.
Ooh, a little Okay. All right. So how many baseball players? I'm
Yeah.
going magic number 7.
7. Okay.
7.
7 or 6?
No, 7. No. 7
No, don't
30
say it.
seconds.
Don't do it. Don't do it. All right. 7. Do you think over or under, Art?
I'm going under because I thought they was. When you said Dodgers and Mets, they gonna name all the Dodgers, so I'm gonna go. I predict they 6, but I'm going under.
Okay, under 7, 30 seconds. Ben, get on the microphone. What are you doing? He's playing with hand sanitizer. All right, let's go. Get in there. Come on.
Where's your radio etiquette? Come
Come
on.
on, we're on the radio.
No,
People
he's
are
like his
listening
dad.
to this.
He's just like his dad.
Pay attention.
No control on this kid.
All right, your 30 seconds. You have to name baseball players. Starts now.
Otani.
Otani. I heard Lindor.
Mookie Betts.
Okay.
Otani.
Nimmo.
That's 4.
That's 4. Come on.
Okay.
Come on. Dodgers, Yankees, Mets, anyone. Padres, you name it. Come on.
10 seconds.
Come on.
Aaron Judge.
Aaron Judge. Okay, that's
Good one.
5.
One more.
Yeah, come on.
Do it.
Come on.
You're listening to the best crew in all the land. How many people in this crew? How many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Like 6 live crew.
Not 2.
The 6
not
live
3,
crew.
Not 4. Not 5.
You could almost say it's like Covino and Rich and Company.
Yeah, that has a nice ring to it. No, but you're
Shout-outs
listening
to,
to the best, and shout out to Stugatz and Company. If you haven't checked out their new show, be sure to do so. They're on before us. Right now, we're live from the Fox Sports Radio studio, and our show is sponsored by DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NFL and NBA. Right now, use promo code CRSHOW to claim your special offer at DraftKings. Again, that's promo code CRSHOW at DraftKings. The crown is yours.
And if you've wiped with a dry piece of toilet paper and thought to yourself, oh, my Lord, this is awful, then you might want to just switch to life-changing
I
dude
stopped
wipes.
going to people's houses because of that. But you could also travel with a dude wipe.
You could bring them with you. Look at
Yeah.
that. Dude wipes. Because weather is just better. Available at Amazon, all major retailers. Dude wipes, best clean pants down. So Covino and Rich. Covino from Jersey. I'm from New York, living out here in L.A.
Hey.
Covino, Vato Loco.
Half-breed Vato from Jersey. Orale.
Gabagool.
Forget about Gabagool.
Hey, you could say you and I are sort of like the odd couple in a way.
Kind of, yeah.
Oh,
Hey.
by the way, they're on after us.
Gabagool.
Shout out
That's
to
a nice
Rob
ring
and
to it.
Kelvin. Good dudes.
Hey, and can I just say this before you go on your rant?
Yeah.
Tomorrow, another show and tell. More reason to subscribe for free on our YouTube page, Covino and Rich FSR, because it's visual and interactive. Show and tell mañana, plus old school when 50 hits. We throw it back and reminisce and get you involved right here on the show tomorrow. Covino and Rich FSR, Fox Sports Radio.
Now, in relationships, in business, in life, the blueprint a lot of times is there. You see other people make a mistake, and you're like, all right, I know not to do that.
Yes.
But yet people still will make that mistake. You could say, Danny, I'm sure you've seen this with your stepsons, right? Where you're like, yo, my man, don't do that. They do it, and you're like, man, I told you. I mean, is that probably the story of your life?
I told you not to do that.
They got, what's the old cliche? They have to learn by making their own mistake with it.
But I'm guessing
Fafo?
I'm guessing it's not Fafo. I'm guessing it's not the first time, Danny, that you've said something to one of your sons and he just didn't listen and then something happened.
Nope. Does
Now,
not register.
You've seen it in sports, and I bring this up because Amon St. Brown, who I love. I would love this guy on my team, Detroit Lion.
You love his upbringing and his discipline and his militant ways.
I just feel like his dad's
his dad, the story was he made him catch at least 200 passes a day every day, right?
I feel like his dad's a bit much, but I feel like the discipline, I try to teach my kids a little. My wife's a little soft with the kids, so I can never get to the Amon St. Brown's dad's level of discipline. I don't know if that's normal anyway.
Good luck co-parenting, because I had a co-parent, could never discipline my daughter the way I wanted to, because she'd run back and tell mom, and when you have different houses, it's just never on the same page.
Back to Amon St. Brown. He was in an interview, and he started talking about Lions fans and talking about Dan Campbell. Just take a listen to Amon Ra.
Bro, I see crazy Lions fans talking crazy, like, oh, why would we do this? Like, bro, do you guys, have no trust in Dan, in the Lions? Like, you think they would just hire a random dude? Like, be for real. Like, you think they don't know what they're doing? They don't do their research. They don't interview. Like, most of you guys don't know really much about anything, about any ball.
He says Lion fans don't know ball. He talks about them criticizing Dan Campbell, and then he repeatedly continues to say, Lion fans, relax.
I think he's
basically saying, trust the process. We know, they know more than you do.
He's a big enough star where if you want to interpret it as just playful, you can, because you don't want to not like him. But the Lions are good. They missed the playoffs this year, but he's a good player on a team that you would think will maybe be back next year, right? This happened to the Mets. Do you remember the Javi Baez experiment? And you remember they turned on the fans where they started doing the thumbs down thing?
Yeah.
To the fans. You as a player, just lesson learned. You can't toe that line, Amon-Ra, because if you start turning on the fans, it never ends well. It's not like the fans like, man, you're crazy. Like, they'll take it personally. They're rooting for you with their blood, sweat, and tears.
I'm just playing devil's advocate.
The fans don't know, but he shouldn't say.
The customer's not always right. I don't subscribe to that. Sometimes the customer's a big-headed idiot, and he's trying to point that out in a nice way, saying, we're professionals. We know what we're doing. Just trust us.
That's fair. Okay, but maybe we touch on this a little more tomorrow. Always running out of time. We'll see you then. Arrivederci, baby.
See you in the promised land.
Later.
Goodbye, guys.